Hi and welcome back to Live and Breathe Horses. Another cold, wet day here in Sayago. So we've been finding lots of interesting things to practice when the weather is like this. Okay, you can put coats on and go out, but maybe not all the time. Also here, we're going straight out onto tarmac road, which can be very slippy and there's big trucks, so not ideal. We don't have an indoor arena. In fact, we don't have any arena anymore. We had a lovely all-weather surface at our last place, but here we don't have anything, just mud. So we've got this tiny little courtyard bit here, which has got a bit of hardcore, and there's lots of things we can do in there, or even in the stable. So or if you've got a field shelter, even in a small area. So the more things I do, the more I think of, and the more come up. And we've been doing all these over on our Patreon page. So we thought we would just share one of the things here on YouTube for everybody, and maybe encourage some of you to come and join us over there. And all the interesting practices we've been doing, Umo. You're not looking particularly impressed, are you? So today's practice is about the intention of touch. So it's a fascinating thing to explore. How you touch your horse, where you touch your horse, what it means to your horse in different places that you touch them. So a typical place to touch could be on the chest, and lots of people use that as a signal to back up. And for me, this makes it very clear. One of my other favourite topics is the difference between training and educating. So if I train my horse that when I touch, he's not paying attention at the moment. So obviously, if I wanted him to do something, I would get his attention first. There we go. Now we've got your attention. People often train them that if they touch here, the horse backs up. So if you do that on the way of touch here, horse backs, give a treat. So you condition them that touch means a specific thing. And what fascinates me more is the intention behind the touch. So that it means something to the horse, depending how we do that. You can have a little nibble if you want, Uma, while we're talking. Let me go around the other side. Because then it takes it to a whole different level. If we can touch and have timing and feel with our touch and intention behind it. So like we would do everything for me, you start with intention, and if that doesn't work, you add body language and energy, and if that doesn't work, then you would add whatever it is you're doing, like reins, legs, stick, rope, whatever it is you happen to be doing if you're riding or you're on the ground, until the horse does get it just from the intention. And, it's a funny thing. For example, people often say to me things like, oh, my horse goes into canter before I've actually asked. And I was like, yeah, but you decided you were going to canter, didn't you? And it's like, yes, but I hadn't actually asked. I'm like, but that's brilliant. Your horse is picking up your intention. So just the fact you think, oh, I'm going to get canter at A or whatever, like this is riding, obviously, then something changes in your body, whether it's your intention. I'm not saying the horse is reading your mind, but something changes that you already do something that the horse has learned that means you're about to canter. So I'm like, that's brilliant. Your horse is getting there before you've actually asked. So this is really fascinating thing to be aware of. And back to the intention of the actual touch. So here's often a place to back up. And if we'd conditioned the horse that it was only on touch, you sing hello to the cat, Umo, then as soon as I touched there, he would be backing. But we want to be able to touch in all different ways, so we'll just maybe stick with this place. And Umo doesn't know this. He's not been doing much stuff for ages just cause of life, Umo? So he's quite happy for me to do that. He's also a bit busy on the hay, so he's not really paying attention. So let's maybe just step away from the hay. Shall we step away from the hay, Umo? Come on, let's step away from the hay. So you see, if I wanted him to back, I would prefer to do it from there. Anyway, so if we can just touch there, and then if my body's very soft and relaxed, my intention there is just to stroke him. Maybe see how loose the skin is. Is his muscle relaxed? Maybe that is a place he likes to be scratched. Who knows? That's another thing you can explore, just that. Where does my horse like to be scratched? The chest seems to be quite a nice place for you, Omo. Are you enjoying that? So if I wanted to, on that same place, get him to do something, I would put first intention and energy and body language behind it. So rather than being relaxed and just here on the spot, I might lift my energy and look up over there and touch there. There we go, and we got a step. So the intention behind that touch is now a different thing. So maybe if I come in just with the intention, I didn't need to touch. He is a bit more used to me doing things just with intention and energy, you see, rather than actually having to touch. Hey, Umo, there's the good boy. There. So it's a fascinating thing to explore, and you can do that all over your horse, you know, that maybe you can just touch and rock here without having any intention for anything to happen. Or maybe if you, hi Umo, let's just get his attention back over here a minute, there we go. And if we touch in here, maybe with an intention for him to put his head down, then it's a different thing. And we could do that all over. You know, what if we went in here and we want to move the front of the horse around a step over that way? There we go. Or if we do the same thing, but relaxed, you know, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but is the same thing I'm doing, the touch, but there's not the intention behind it. So I think this is a fascinating thing to explore. And as you see, you can do that in a very small space, all over in different ways, you know, back, forward. So we're doing all kinds of fascinating little practices like that. And it's great fun, isn't it, Umo? I usually do it with him free. And of course you can do that with a halter on, but you can also explore it if you have a little closed-in space like we do here, with the halter off, and even more fun. So the important thing, you know, if the horse has the chance to walk away, then that's always a good moment, crazy birds, to think, oh, could I do something better that he'd rather stay around? And if you're doing it with the halter, to keep the rope loose so he still has a choice to move away or not, that you're never tightening the rope. So we could try some of the same stuff. We can try it with the halter first, or just go straight to trying it loose. So what if we went and tried that again? Can we just rub here with no intention? And then can we touch here with a bit of intention? Good boy, Umo. I hope that makes sense. Comments and discussions welcome, as always. There's a link for Patreon in the description below if you'd like to join us over there. It's only a £5 a month, isn't it, Umo? Everybody should come and support us. It helps so much, you know, especially look after these old horses. When I got Triumph, a lot of people said, oh, you're crazy spending all that money to bring him, and he's 28 years old, you know, just get him put down. But he's worked all his life for people, so if it means me getting into debt to get him here, then so be it. You know, I think he deserves it. He's been such an amazing teacher for so long. So any contributions really does go straight back into helping us look after these wonderful horses, and hopefully be able to adopt some more once we get to our new place, Horses in Need. So thank you for being here, and look forward to see you next time.